Have you ever wondered if your body is quietly sending signals about how long you might live? Not dramatic warnings or medical diagnoses, but small, surprising signs, things you do every day without even noticing, that scientists say could actually predict your lifespan after 70. Now, before you start guessing, let me assure you, it's not just about blood pressure or cholesterol. In fact, some of these signs are so ordinary, you might never imagine they connect to living longer or shorter. So today we're diving into 7 surprising science-backed signs that reveal more about your future than any crystal ball ever could. And the best part? Each one is something you can observe in yourself right now. Stick with me until the end, because number 7 is the most overlooked of them all, and it just might change the way you think about daily life after 70. Before we dive into sign number 1, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I met an elderly gentleman named Charles at a community gathering. He was 88 years old, walking tall, cracking jokes, and eating apple pie like it was his birthday. What struck me most wasn't just his age, but how alive he seemed. When I asked him his secret, he didn't talk about supplements or medical checkups. Instead, he said, "I pay attention to the little things my body tells me. They're like whispers of how I'm doing." That idea stuck with me, and today science confirms Charles was right. The little things we often ignore can be powerful predictors of lifespan. So let's dive into these surprising signs. Imagine this. 2 people, both 75 years old, leave the doctor's office. One strolls briskly down the hallway, the other moves slowly, carefully placing one foot in front of the other. Who do you think lives longer? According to multiple studies, walking speed is one of the most reliable predictors of survival after age 70. Researchers from the University of Pittsburgh reviewed data from over 34,000 older adults and found that people who walked faster, about 1 meter per second or faster, were significantly more likely to live longer than slower walkers. Why? Because walking speed reflects more than just leg strength. It's tied to balance, heart health, lung capacity, and even brain function. It's like a summary score of your overall health. Charles, the gentleman I mentioned earlier, walked at a surprising pace for his age. He told me, "I've never been in a hurry, but I've always kept moving." That habit, as it turns out, may have been part of his secret to longevity. So here's the takeaway. Next time you're walking, pay attention to your natural pace. If it's slowing down, it might be your body asking for more activity, strength training, or balance exercises. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you shook someone's hand and thought, "Wow, they've got a strong grip"? Believe it or not, grip strength is a surprisingly powerful indicator of lifespan. In a study published in The Lancet, researchers found that grip strength predicted death from all causes better than blood pressure. Yes, you heard that right. Your handshake might reveal more about your future than your blood pressure reading. But why? Grip strength reflects muscle mass, nerve function, and even heart health. Weak grip strength has been linked to higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and early death. I once visited a senior center where residents tested their grip strength with a simple hand dynamometer. One woman, in her late 70s, laughed when her score came up strong. She said, "Guess all those years of kneading bread paid off." The truth is, maintaining muscle strength through activities like carrying groceries, gardening, or even bread kneading helps far more than just keeping your hands strong. So here's the takeaway. Don't underestimate the power of strength training, even in small ways. Every firm handshake is a quiet signal of resilience. This one might surprise you. Your sense of smell can predict lifespan. Researchers from the University of Chicago discovered that older adults with a poor sense of smell were more likely to die within 5 years compared to those with normal smell. Why? A declining sense of smell isn't just about missing the aroma of fresh coffee or blooming roses. It's often an early sign of declining brain health and even neurological conditions like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. A woman I knew, Maria, used to say, "I know my soup is ready by the smell, not the timer." When she lost that ability in her late 70s, her family brushed it off as normal aging, but doctors later explained it was an early sign of changes in her brain health. The takeaway? Pay attention to your senses. If your ability to smell suddenly declines, it's not just about enjoying food. It could be an important clue worth discussing with your doctor. Here's a simple test. Sit on the floor cross-legged. Now try standing up without using your hands or knees for support. Could you do it? Researchers in Brazil studied over 2,000 adults and found that those who struggled to sit and rise without support were 5 to 6 times more likely to die within 6 years compared to those who could do it easily. Why does this matter? Because the ability to sit and rise combines strength, balance, flexibility, and coordination, all essential for longevity. I remember watching a group of seniors try this sit and rise test. One gentleman, 72 years old, nailed it with ease and then grinned like a schoolboy. Another admitted, "I thought I was fit until this." It's humbling but powerful. The way we move tells a bigger story than we realize. Takeaway: practice mobility exercises, yoga, or stretches. Every time you get down and back up, you're not just moving, you're investing in your independence. Now let's step away from the physical for a moment. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the same challenge, but one bounces back while the other crumbles? That resilience, or lack of it, can actually predict lifespan. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, damaging the heart, weakening the immune system, and even shortening telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that determine how cells age. I once met a 74-year-old widow named Evelyn. She had lost her husband, yet she radiated calmness and warmth. When I asked her how she coped, she smiled and said, "I let life bend me, but I don't let it break me." Science agrees. Resilience, optimism, and emotional balance don't just feel good, they keep you alive longer. Takeaway: mindset is medicine. Meditation, deep breathing, prayer, or simply spending time with loved ones can help manage stress and lengthen life. Here's a surprising fact. Loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Studies consistently show that people with strong social ties, friends, family, community, live longer, healthier lives than those who are isolated. Charles, the 88-year-old I mentioned at the beginning, wasn't just a fast walker. He was also surrounded by friends. At that gathering, everyone seemed to know him. He laughed, he hugged, he connected. That connection wasn't just good for his soul, it was medicine for his body. The takeaway: call a friend, join a club, stay connected, because every conversation, every shared laugh is adding days to your life. And now the most overlooked sign of all: having a sense of purpose. Researchers in Japan studied the concept of ikigai, a reason to get up in the morning. They found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose lived longer than those without one. Purpose doesn't have to mean changing the world. It could be tending your garden, volunteering at the library, caring for a grandchild, or painting a picture. Evelyn, the widow I mentioned earlier, found her purpose in teaching piano to neighborhood children. She said, "Every time those kids learn a new song, I feel alive again." That purpose wasn't just fulfilling her heart, it was extending her life. Takeaway: find your why. No matter how small, it fuels longevity more than we realize. So let's circle back to Charles, the man I met at 88. His walking speed, his strong grip from years of working with his hands, his laughter with friends, his sense of humor and purpose, all of these were quiet signals of his health and longevity. The truth is, you don't need expensive tests or complicated machines to get a glimpse into your future. Your body, your habits, your mindset, they're all sending signals every single day. The question is, are you listening?
So there you have it, 7 surprising signs that can predict lifespan after 70, all backed by science. Which of these signs did you notice most in yourself? Walking speed, stress levels, or maybe your sense of purpose? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, these signs aren't destiny, they're opportunities. With awareness and small daily changes, you can tip the scales in your favor. Thanks for watching, and until next time.